What's up, guys? Partywaffles here with my monthly Frosty Kid guide. So this guide is going to be coming with a lot more knowledge, alright? I have a lot more experience for this guide in this meta. I played for the whole season now, got to about 3,000 rating. So in this guide we're going to cover PvP talents, burst rotation for 2 different builds. We're going to cover stats, legendaries, and finally conduits and soulbinds. So let's get right into it. Alright, let's get straight into this, okay, boys? So the first thing we're going to talk about here is talents, alright? So there's 2 builds that you can play. I'll discuss the first build first, and the second build second. The first build is going to be the Gathering Storm build. You know, when you just want to whip up a tornado around you or something, you know what I mean? Okay, so the first build. First, I'll just discuss the talents, okay? We'll discuss the talents first. Alright. So the first row. You're going to be playing Two-Handed Frost, okay? Two-Handed Frost. Just remember that. That's the first thing, okay? So, the first row. The only talent you're going to play, ever, is Inexorable Assault. Alright? It's the only talent you're going to play as two-handed, sorry. So the next row, you can play either Runic Attenuation or Murderous Efficiency. I recommend Murderous Efficiency because it goes with the Obliteration build that we're wearing. So we're using the Obliteration build, right? So the Murderous Efficiency has perfect synergy with it. But you can also play Runic Attenuation. I just don't personally recommend it. The next thing on the line here, we have Useless, never play Death Reach, okay? Asphyxiate, you only really play that in RBGs. I haven't played it in Arena once a single time this season. And Blinding Sleet is basically what you always want to play, okay? It's a 1-minute blind. Perfect ability for your setups, right? Like, grip, blind, stun, chill streak, dead, alright? Another thing, you can use it defensively. If you don't have anything, like, oh, the Mage Rogue can bust. Boom, blind. There it is, and he's dead, right? Or you peel the go. So it's an insane ability. Blind a spell, you know? Like, all around, just an insane ability. Avalanche, Frozen Pulse, Frost Scythe. Frozen Pulse is for dual wield, okay? The only thing you're going to play for two-handed is Avalanche. Simple row. The next row we have here, this one, a little bit, I haven't played Permafrost once this season, so everything you can play anything on this row, okay? Depends what you like. Me personally, I've only played Wraithwalk this season. Wraithwalk, insane ability, okay? Defensive. Offensive, everything, right? It's kind of like blind. It's so versatile. Like the other things is more so, this is just a defensive. This, I guess, could be an offensive if you're like, you're in there, right? You're hitting them, then like, oh, you got to peel out, you got no heal, right? But if you have a heal, you can kind of stay in. So it's kind of offensive potentially too. But this is a 1-minute cooldown, this is a 2-minute cooldown. So you can kite like a literally insane madman with Wraithwalk. So definitely good to, I recommend Wraithwalk. So next row, this is the row where the 2 builds are from, okay? So this is the difference between build 1 and build 2. This row right here. Gathering Storm is 1 build, alright? The second build is Glacial Advance. I'll describe the difference momentarily. But yeah, so that's that. Hypothermic Presence, you don't really play this. I've never played it this season at all. So I mostly play the Gathering Storm build this season, but I'm going to go ahead and explain both to you. So either you can play Gathering Storm or Glacial Advance. The difference is this, okay? This is the difference in the 2 builds. So Gathering Storm build, you're going to play Rune of Razor Ice with you, alright? Basically, it's just more Remorseless Winter damage, but also you play Rune of Razor Ice, so you always have 15% more frost damage on the target, basically, okay? The thing So you have one Runeforge playing this, okay? So the other build, the second build I'm going to show you, is actually more damage and higher obliterates. But it's a little bit more min-maxing, okay? So that build is the Glacial Advance build. I'm going to show you the burst rotation for both of these builds after. But right now I'm just describing it to you. So when you're playing Glacial Advance, this is what happens with the Glacial Advance build, okay? So when you're Glacial Advance, you can play Rune of the Fallen Crusader, right? And the Glacial Advance is going to apply the Razor Ice stacks for you. So essentially you have 2 enchants. You can essentially use 2 enchants as a two-hander still. It's just a little bit more min-maxing. But there is definitely benefits to it. I'm pretty sure actually there's only benefits to it. It just is a little bit harder to play. Like just a little bit, because you have to keep the glacial stacks up. And on the last row, you're not going to play anything except for obliteration. In either of the builds, the Gathering Storm or the Glacial build, you're only going to play obliteration. Okay. Alright. The next thing we're going to look at here is PvP talents. This is the bread and butter of deathknight, okay? So we'll take it from the top, okay? So Death Chill. You are never going to use this talent, alright? Never use this, alright? Never. I haven't played it once this whole season. It's not good. The reason this talent isn't good though is because this is gonna be you. Fucking throwing chains of ice out. Like you're literally Oprah throwing away free cards. Like I'm not even kidding. You're gonna literally just chains of ice. Half the game, you're just pressing chains of ice. So like, 1 proc on 1 chains of ice? Not so much. Not so much. The next thing you're gonna play, so you never play this, okay? Delirium. You can play Delirium quite frequently. So Delirium affects the cooldown recovery rate of movement enhancing abilities on the target. So I'm gonna go ahead and list quite a few of these just to give you guys an idea, okay? Because I feel like a lot of people don't know these. So Paladin Horse, slow. Hunter Disengage, slow. Mage Blink, Warrior Leap, Rogue Shadow Step, Lock Port, Monk Roll, Monk Port. So basically any class with a movement enhancing ability, right? Like a leap, a teleport, like, you know what I mean? Anything like that enhances movement. So you can, the talent that you would often trade out is the one at the bottom, okay? Because these two are pretty much baseline. For the most part, they're baseline. So you can change out the one at the bottom. It's going to be your switchable one. So that's when you would want to play Delirium, okay? Generally when you want to run down a mage or run down something, basically you just want to give something the most aids time they can and not let them move, right? Demon Hunter. The next talent, Dark Simulacrum. So this is a very high skill cap ability, okay? Very high skill cap. You can play this. Say you play this into a jungle and you steal the pain sep or something from the priest, and then lets you guys live another extra go that you wouldn't be able to live. Or you steal a polymorph and you polymorph the healer and you win the game because of that. It's a very unique and fun ability, and you can use it in place of Necrotic Aura. So feel free to practice that ability. Cadaverous Pillar. I personally haven't used this season at all, and in any comp that I've played ever, and I've been okay, so I don't think you need this. Dead of Winter. I don't recommend this either. There might be some niche situations you can find where it might be useful. Personally, I haven't used it a single time, and I've been just fine, so I don't think you need it. Transfusion. Death Strike heals for literally nothing, so I don't use that. Yeah, this is Death Strike. Oh, there's 2k HP. Oh. Like, good work. So that's kind of shit. I wouldn't use that. Dome of Ancient Shadows. This is very good, okay? You're fighting any mage ever, alright? Anytime you see a mage, a boomkin, any casters like that, you're gonna play this, alright? You're gonna play this. If you don't, you pretty much are throwing, alright? You're feeding. Intentionally feeding, alright? Don't do that. Make sure you play it. Chill Shriek, like I say, is essentially baseline, okay? Some situation, like, the higher you get on the ladder, the harder it's going to get to be able to land a chill streak, right? You're fighting double caster, they're going to be fucking, oh, here, there, you know? They're going to be fucking, they're everywhere, right? And they know what you're trying to do, so I'm not going to lie, some sessions, I don't even get a single chill streak at high rating. And so, honestly, it might be worth to switch it out sometimes. That way you can hard stop and delirium and something can just never get away from you, right? So, there is situations, but it's basically baseline. Hard stop aura. Hard stop aura is essentially baseline as well, right? Like, it slows down. I'll read it up for you guys. Decrease the cooldown recovery rate of abilities by 30% for any enemies around you. So they're just going to be sitting there. They're going to be like, all right, ready. I got to go. Ready. I'm ready, man. And this partner's going to be like, oh, but there's still 7 seconds left. And the guy's going to be like, what do you mean? What do you mean, though? We use the cooldowns at the same time. Because they won't understand that the DK is slowing their go. There you go. That makes you get... That way you have more goes. Like, you install their goes so your defensives come back quicker. A really broken ability. Very strong ability. Alright, boys. Next thing we're going to discuss here is Runeforges. I don't talk about these very often, but I'm going to run through these Runeforges as well here. Really quick. Really quick, like. So, no. Don't use this, okay? So, really, we're just going to skip to the ones that matter, alright? So, for Frost that matter, that is. For other specs, other ones matter, but for Frost, this is going to be all that matters, okay? So, the first one is going to be Rune of Razor Ice. So, it does frost damage, and it also increases the frost damage that the target takes by 15%, stacking, of course. Repeating, of course. So, basically what I'm trying to say is, when you're on Pillar of Frost, your obliterates are frost, okay? So you're just going to be hitting 15% more with your obliterates. Big burst, big dam. This one is good, okay? It's good for more burst, alright? This is the more burst option of the 3 that I'm going to show you. The next is Fallen Crusader, okay? So Fallen Crusader, this is going to be overall damage. It's just going to, because it heals you and it procs your strength, right? So this is going to be just overall consistent damage and some healing. But like I said, there is a build where you can play both. If you play Glacial Advance, you're going to be able to have both Runeforges. So, and the third and final Runeforge I'm going to speak on right now is Sanguination, okay? So, when you fall below 35% health, it heals you for 50% of your health over 8 seconds. So, the situation where this is good is in 2 versus 2, okay? When you're with another DPS. If you are playing double DPS in 2s, this is just more survivability for you. What you like, right? You like that. Alright, boys. So the burst. I'm going to show you guys the burst, alright? I'm going to show you your rotation. So I won't include the Glacial Advance at first. We'll include the Glacial Advance in the burst though, okay? So this is going to be how you're going to do your rotation, alright? As Frost. So you're going to open with Remorseless Winter. This is especially if you're playing Gathering Storm, because if you're playing Gathering Storm, each rune that you spend with your Remorseless Winter up is going to extend the Remorseless Winter, and it's going to increase the damage, alright? I'll just show you. So you're going to start with your Remorseless Winter, you're going to apply your Howling Blast, and then you're going to obliterate twice, and it's going to use all your runes, and it's going to keep your your Remorseless Winter up, right? So you're not going to have any runes then, you're going to Frost Strike, and you're going to spam Frost Strike until you can obliterate again. It's going to keep, it might fall off, but yeah, that's basically it. That's sort of that's your normal rotation, okay? So you open the Remorseless Winter, then you're going to Howling Blast, so you're going to double obliterate, and then you're going to Frost Strike. And then after that, all you're going to do is just press obliterate if you have runes. If you have runic power, you Frost Strike. If they don't have Howling Blast on them, or you have a Rhyme proc, you're going to Howling Blast, and you're just going to push Remorseless Winter on cooldown. So that's just your normal DPS rotation. So your burst rotation, I'm going to show you the normal burst rotation, and then I'm going to show you the advanced burst rotation for the second Glacial Advance build, okay? So this is the normal burst rotation, okay? So you're gonna pop your Remorseless Winter, you're gonna pop your A-Bomb Limb, and then you're gonna pop your Pillar of Frost and your Empowered Rune Weapon. You're gonna Howling Blast, obliterate. Howling Blast, obliterate. Frost Strike, obliterate. Howling Blast, obliterate. So you're just gonna rotate between Howling Blast, obliterate, or Frost Strike, obliterate. So either time you push, if you push Howling Blast, it's gonna make your obliterate crit, so you're gonna push the obliterate after that. Or if you push Frost Strike, it's gonna make your obliterate crit too. So basically though, if you have a Rhyme proc, it's gonna do more damage than the Frost Strike. So you're gonna want to prioritize the Rhyme proc, okay? But yeah, you're basically just gonna alternate between the two and make your obliterate crit. That's the simple burst rotation for Pillar, okay? Alright boys, now I'm gonna show you the advanced DPS rotation, okay? So this is what you're gonna do, alright? The difference is you have Glacial Advance. So the Glacial Advance is gonna make the obliterate crit, okay? So this is how you do it. So you're gonna grip the target beside, so you have two targets on top of each other. You're gonna blind, you're gonna turn around, Pillar of Frost, pop Glacial Advance, see I get the obliterate crit. Now you're gonna turn around, you're gonna double stun them with your dragon. You're gonna Pillar of Frost, so double stun with your dragon, Pillar Chill Streak, and then you're just gonna do the obliterates. Just do the obliterates now. And that's it. So the difference in that and the Gathering Storm build is that so after you have the targets together, you blind them, right? So you blind them. So the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna Pillar of Frost and you're gonna double stun and then you're gonna Chill Streak, all right? But the problem with that is that you won't have an obliterate crit ready. So you will not have an obliterate crit ready if you just go grip, blind, Pillar, stun, Chill Streak. So what you'll have to do is you're gonna have to Howling Blast and then obliterate to get the crit. So the difference is with Glacial Advance, all you do. So I'll show you one more time here. But the only difference is you're just gonna. So look. So I have both the targets together right here. I'm getting ready for my Pillar Chill Streak, right? So I'm gonna blind them, and then I'm gonna pop Pillar, and then I'm gonna shoot the Glacial Advance at nothing. And look, it gives me the obliterate. So now I'm gonna turn around, stun, Chill Streak, and then I instantly have an obliterate crit. So I can just keep going. So the difference from that is you get one extra obliterate crit in your rotation, and you can also play 2 Runeforges. So that's the difference from playing Glacial Advance and Gathering Storm. It's a little bit more complicated because you have to keep your Razor Ice stacks up with your Gathering Storm. But in the go, you can just turn Pillar, turn yourself away, and then use the Gathering Storm to get an instant obliterate crit. So it's a little bit more advanced, but yeah, it's definitely more damage. Definitely more damage. You can get like 12, 13k obliterates with this. So on to the next thing. So for Abomination Limb, I want to talk about this separately, okay? So there's multiple uses for Abomination Limb, alright? So I usually don't pop it with everything all in the first go. Usually I'll do it one go and I'll just grip, Pillar, Chill Streak, you know, that kind of thing. And then on the next grip in about 30 seconds, I'll grip and I'll A-Bomb Limb just so I still have more damage. And a lot of the times they'll just pop cooldowns when you do that. And then really, so like they're wasting cooldowns on nothing, right? Because it's not even like anything. So you can use it to bait a lot of cooldowns is one use. Or the second way you can use it is obviously just as damage. But the second important way to use it is you can use it for setups, right? Like if you need to grip somebody so you need to grip like a healer to your DPS and you're on the DPS, but the DPS is too far away, you can walk a little bit in between the two of them and then A-Bomb Limb the guy closer and grip the guy at the same time, sort of, well, in the next global, and then get them together. So you can, or if like say you fuck up your grip or something, right? Like you had the wrong focus target and you fucked up your grip or something, then you can just use like this as another way to get your go still, even if you messed up the first grip. It's just like a saving, it's like a saving grace, you know? A second chance, you know? Everybody needs a second chance, right? So it's pretty good. Alright, the last couple things I'm going to talk about here. The first thing I'm going to tell you guys is the stats, okay? So this is your stat priority, alright? Strength, versatility, mastery, haste, critical strike. That's all there is to it. Not much else to say there. It's pretty straightforward. The next straightforward thing that I'm going to tell you is the legendary, okay? there is one legendary that you're gonna use, and it's this one right here, Absolute Zero. Froststorm's Fury has a 50% reduced cooldown and freezes all enemies in hit for 3 seconds. All right. This is the best legendary, hands down. There's no questions, no questions asked. All right. This legendary is the #1. It makes the comp. Okay. It makes the class. It is overpowered. One of the best legendaries anybody gets. And let's see, the next thing I'm going to talk about is conduits. So Soulbinds, so we'll go over Soulbinds and we'll go over conduits. Okay, so as Frost in PvP, there's two that you're going to play. Okay, either you're going to play this path with Plague Divisor, or you're going to play this path with Bonesmith Hermir. You can change depending on what comp you're fighting, okay? So let's take a look here. It's pretty straightforward. Like, just follow the path that I follow, okay? Like, you can change it depending what you're fighting. If you need like more, if you need like a reinforced shell, you can switch it. Like, you can change these. But this path right here is a general good path to follow. But as for the actual conduits, so I'm gonna go ahead and the first potency conduit that I'm gonna run for Frost is Accelerated Cold. So it's basically like a Bloodlust for yourself. A powder rune weapon takes 10% less time to charge and grants 9.6% additional haste. So this is good. I always play this, alright? The second potency is going to be a little bit more debatable, but this one is basically a always use. The next one we're going to use here is Insatiable Appetite, okay? I always use this one, basically, because I don't know, Death Strike is just shitty, and like an extra 0.4% is just, I don't know, I feel like it just needs it, you know? Needs it. That 0.4% can literally save your ass, man. It can save your ass, and it will. It will. So the next one I use, so this one I change often. So for the second potency, I either use Brutal Grasp, Eradicating Blow, or Everfrost. I'm pretty sure you can also use Unleashed Frenzy. I'm pretty sure the second potency conduit for Frost is not that important, so just kind of use whatever comp you play, use whichever one that complements the comp you're playing the best, okay? Like if you want single target damage, play Eradicating Blow. If you want AoE, play Brutal Grasp or Everfrost. Like, it just depends what you're playing, right? But the next, as for Finesse Conduit, I prefer Fleeting Winds, okay? Because to set up your go, so to set up your chill streak go, you need to be right on top of the DPS to grip the other person to them, right? So if you can run 20% faster, like this is them, right? So this is the person, and this is them running away from you, and this is you trying to chase. You have to get right on top of them, right? There's a little gap. So if you have that 20% plus Chains of Ice, you can gap them easily and connect. So it just helps you set up your goes a lot better. So personally, I like this one. But yeah, you can play either of these for PvP for Frost, these two. I'm Nia's PvE, but alright, I think we covered everything there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on Twitch. Peace.